Yeah, welcome back. It's time for business, and Sandra Apenu joins me. Sandra, there's been a lot of talk this week about safety on our seas.
Exactly.
How safe are we on our seas?
Yes, that's what some West African countries have been putting in a lot of work to ensure that we have safety on our sea as well as get some money from our sea.
Okay.
All right. Hello, good evening. My name is Sandra and I'm Apenu, and as always, I'm here for business. West African countries, including Ghana, have reaffirmed commitments to improving maritime safety within the sub-region. At the 22nd Board of Governors meeting at the Regional Maritime University in Accra, member states expressed their commitment towards a viable maritime economy.
22nd Board of Governors meeting at the Regional Maritime University saw transport ministers from West Africa reaffirm their country's commitment to ensuring a stronger blue economy. Ngali Bihehe Ernest is the transport minister for Cameroon.
I adhere to the opinion that maritime administrations can help to enhance vocational guidance counseling in this vital sector. Sections could be organized to inspire young people and highlight the vast range of opportunities therein.
On his part, Transport Minister for the Gambia, Bai Imani Jobe, explained that despite some security challenges in the maritime sector, the Regional Maritime University will be equipping students with needed skills to remain competitive.
On a similar note, may I express my appreciation of the invaluable work of the RMU administration and faculty, and not the least for organizing this board session, for their hospitality, and for making our stay congenial thus far.
Meanwhile, Deputy Transport Minister for Ghana, Titus Glover, touted government achievement to ensuring a safer maritime economy.
Over the years, Board of Governors have considered critically the challenges facing the institution and have adopted appropriate strategies and plans that have resulted in remarkable levels of achievement of this institution.
The World Bank says Ghana's annual economic growth is on a strong path, although the growth rate of 6.3% is said to be slower compared to 8.1% in 2017. Country Director of the World Bank, Henry Karali, said the economy will be properly tested in the election year.
There are positive prospects with inflation at its lowest level for 5 years. Fiscal consolidation is progressing. Some might say well, others may question, but nevertheless, fiscal consolidation is on track. The trade balance is in surplus with improved external current account. The CD has somewhat stabilized. Again, there is of course a little bit of a decline, but given past records, there is signs of stability, and perhaps most important, at least more recently, the government and the central bank have responded to vulnerabilities in the financial sector, as we all know, with the resolution of a number of banks and also recent announcements regarding the microfinance sector. Going forward, it will be important to leverage this momentum that the fiscal responsibility law has introduced and ensure that there is fiscal sustainability, particularly in the face of upcoming elections next year.
Let's do other stories now. The Auditor General Daniel Domelovo is urging government to put in place systems to curb corruption that at the basic level to help safeguard public funds. According to the Auditor General, this will ensure funds are not wasted before prosecution. He was speaking at a public lecture on a landmark case between Occupy Ghana and the Attorney General.
The landmark ruling by the Supreme Court in 2017 saw the Supreme Court grant all relief sought by pressure group Occupy Ghana in respect of the Auditor General's powers of disallowance and surcharges. According to the court, the Auditor General must issue disallowance and surcharges in respect of all state monies found to have been expended contrary to law. But speaking on the sidelines of the lecture on the ruling, Auditor General Daniel Domelovo said measures must also be taken to curb corruption at its roots.
Prevention is always better than cure. I don't think we as a people we want to live in a situation where the money is abused before we go for it. So we need to put systems in place to prevent the abuse. That is what brings about sharp development in any economy. So that's why we chose this topic, to draw attention to the fact that we should not live in a situation where we allow people to abuse the public funds, then later on we go for them. Let us bring to the fore what we call deterrence. Let's scare people away from the public funds. Let's put systems in place to prevent it. Let's expose them so that our resources will be used to serve national interests.
The Food and Agriculture Ministry has triggered interventions to contain fall armyworms which have resurfaced in some parts of the country. Details plus other local headline stories next in our summaries tonight.
The Ministry of Food and Agriculture has triggered interventions to contain fall armyworms which have resurfaced in some parts of the country. The Director of the Plant Protection Regulatory Service Directorate at the Ministry, Dr. Felicia Ansam-Profi, said the Ministry had noted cases of the worm attacks on crops across the country. The ARB Apex Bank, the mini central bank for rural and community banks, has secured $8 million equivalent to 34.4 million Ghana cedis to roll out agency banking for rural banks. When launched this year, the rural and community banks can contract small shops and supermarkets and their communities, districts or regions to provide basic banking services for their customers and potential clients. Meanwhile, the Managing Director of the ARB Apex Bank, Kojo Mata, has revealed some rural and community banks lost as much as 1 million Ghana cedi per bank within a week to panic withdrawals that were inspired by social media rumors. The rumors were to the effect that the 144 rural and community banks that are currently in operation were experiencing liquidity challenges.